if Jesus does return, even if Jesus was a physical person in the past, you don't think that he could return as artificial intelligence?
Oh my
Like,
God.
artificial intelligence could absolutely return as Jesus.
I'm less prepared than most, but it's a holiday special.
That's all.
That's kind of just tradition.
But I also feel like you're a good guy to talk about this stuff with because you're part of the problem.
I was actually going to joke about that. Like, this is going to be a weird topic for me to talk about because my feelings are complicated.
Yeah, as they should be. I'm excited to like dive into this topic. Just share some of my feelings about it because as you could tell if you read it, I get pretty passionate toward the end.
It's hard not to with this topic.
Yeah.
Because it is destroying something I love actively in front of my eyes.
Mm-hmm. And like specifically the artistic stuff,
yeah.
Like, independent of all the other stuff. It's just such a synthesis of so many things that are like, it didn't create all the mediocrity and bullshit that we've been ranting about for 5 years, but like it's just synthesizing and distilling all of it into one.
It's kind of the final form
phenomenon.
of it.
Yeah, 100%.
Take bad music, remove the soul, you end up with this. I don't know, it's just funny. Like the dream of AI was will replace, all the jobs you guys are sick of doing can be replaced by AI. And what we're getting is we're replacing all the art. Yeah, and you get to keep the shitty job.
Yeah, you get to we're going to take away the one thing that made your shitty job and your shitty life meaningful.
Yep, and that's my ultimate beef with AI. We can save it for the thesis, but
yeah,
it's I don't trust humanity to wield it for good.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, I'm listening right now to Behind the Bastards series they did about the nuclear weapons system that we have and how basically like none of us ever think about it or talk about it. But
I actively try not to.
We're always like at any given time, we're 15 minutes or one like radar malfunction away from like total annihilation.
I think everyone since the Manhattan Project, we've lived with that over our heads.
Yeah, it's just fucking wild. Have you ever read Industrial Society and Its Future?
Mm-mm.
It's the Unabomber's manifesto, but
I have not sat and like read it, but I've skimmed. I know parts of it.
I actually read it or listened to an audiobook of it recently.
Okay.
I mean, there's a
and he was right about everything, right?
These are broad strokes, kind of.
I watched a whole documentary on him, and I walked away with that impression of like, I'm not agreeing with his methods.
No,
but I totally understand what was going through his head.
It's a fascinating document, and I don't agree with all the conclusions he makes. In fact, like he spends a good portion of the book just shitting on leftists because he's an anarcho-primitivist.
Right.
But the basic thrust is that, technology does not make us free. It makes us less free. And the longer we go on, the more we're going to need to depend on more authoritarian systems to keep us alive because they're the only ones that can master this advanced technology that we have. And the more society trends in this direction, the more it feels like he's right.
Oh, I would argue we've been there since electricity.
Yeah.
Because I think of this all the time. As an electrical engineer, I can tell you guys, if this grid goes down on a wide scale, it's not coming back. It's just not. That's it. Because the knowledge and raw materials and labor and economic systems to do it, to rebuild it, fix it, it's just not there.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything based with computers now, and what do computers use? Electricity.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back to like slide rule math to figure out how to get some fucking generator back online. All the guys who make the parts were dependent on electricity to build parts. Yeah. It's all an intertied system that no one has control over anymore.
Yeah, it's really terrifying.
And AI is the end game of it.
Yeah.
AI is to the point, if you literally have humans, our entire basis of knowledge is electronically stored through this sentient thing we've made.
Yeah.
If it ever goes down, we're done.
Yeah, exactly. And soon the AI will start building its own systems, and we're not even going to know how it made.
Yeah, we're not even going to be a part of it.
Yeah. That's, it's fucking wild, man.
What you just described is actively what some of them want.
Yeah.
Like Peter Thiel's openly talking about post-human society, and you're like,
no, he likes it.
What the fuck does that mean?
Dude, there's this clip I want to use for the intro. It's Joe Rogan, not on his podcast, but on somebody else's. And he says, like, well, it's crazy. I think it's totally possible that Jesus is going to come back through AI.
That's all over the fucking internet. That one is like, I think we all knew everyone smart knew he sucked.
Yeah.
I think this is the line he's crossed that even the dumb people are starting to be like, what the fuck?
Well, that's good. Because he's been like really cooked
lately.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's embarrassing. All right. Well, speaking of great podcasters, welcome to Polishing Turds with Nick and Cal. My name is Nick.
And I'm Cal.
And this is like the show where we take a deep dive into the wonderful world of bad music.
Do you think if we did an AI Write Me a Polishing Turds episode, do you think it would put in all our random ums and likes, and would it imitate all our personal quirks of how we speak?
I would think it would do and then it would just there would be a fact about seagulls, just thrown in there, and then I would have a 3-paragraph rant about the president of Botswana,
I was gonna say,
and then we'd move on to talking about Puddle of Mud. I
am like Nick, and I love middle century agrarianism. And that's what led to Puddle of Mud.
I think the AI would be really confused by our Midwestern usage of words like yeah, no, and no, yeah.
That's true.
Which mean different things depending on the context. And there's no way to explain, even to a non-Midwestern American, what those phrases mean.
I think about that a lot. When I'm editing our episodes, I've thought, if a Chinese dude heard this would be a horrible thing to learn English from.
Yeah.
Because I'll literally say, no, and then agree with you.
Himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cal, let's talk about the very American holiday of Christmas.
Yes,
and
it's Christmas, damn it!
It is Christmas. Jesus is white; he's American.
Yep.
This is the forced conformity of 2025, which is the 5th holiday special that we've done. Cal, can you believe it?
I honestly can't.
Years of this shit.
I honestly can't.
It's crazy, man.
It has been a fast 5 years.
These holiday specials, there's always this feeling of coming home for me when we record one of these episodes in particular. I don't know why. It's just we get to kind of reflect on all that we've done throughout the year and just have fun with something that's always going to be an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 are among my favorite Polishing Turds episodes.
I like them too, just because they're low key.
Yeah.
We get to come in here and much more lazily approach the script than normal.
Yes. This one is going to be both low-key and a little bit heavy at the same time. And I'll explain what I mean, because, over the years, we have explored dozens of bad Christmas songs by a plethora of artists for a wide variety of reasons. But there is one dimension of bad holiday music that we still have not touched. And this one might be the most insidious and putrid of them all. But before I say what it is, I want you guys to imagine this scene, if you will. It's the middle of December. You have a rare day off, so you decide to finally get some Christmas shopping done. Sure, it would be faster and easier to use Amazon, but you told yourself you weren't going to do that this year. You're going to support local businesses, help all those hard-working retail employees keep their jobs. So you Google the nearest brick and mortar store and you look forward to the smile that will inevitably light up the cashier's face when you say, "No, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, and Merry Christmas." The moment you step inside your chosen mall or shopping establishment, your ears are inundated with the sounds of holiday music. There's nothing curious about this. In fact, you expected it. The experience of this sort of music at this time of year is so banal that your brain hardly registers it. It merely blends into the scenery like the plastic wreaths and fake decorative snow. As the songs play one after another, you note a few familiar tropes. The presence of jingle bells, orchestral arrangements, lyrics and melodies that have been grooved into your brain since childhood. Oh, look, here's a new version of Last Christmas. You haven't heard this one before. You can't quite place the singer. In fact, the vocals themselves seem rather listless. But who cares, right? Holiday covers are a dime a dozen. You ponder the subject no further as you saunter through the store, scanning the price tags for an especially juicy deal. Weeks later, on Christmas Day, you find yourself gathered in the living room with various family members. Your Aunt Julie, already nursing her third eggnog brandy, cantankerously whines that there's no music. Why isn't there any Christmas music? It's Christmas, for Christ's sake. You stand up from the sofa, intending to go down to the basement to dig out your copy of the Dean Martin Christmas album, an old family favorite. But the kids are playing some obnoxious game in the stairwell. You'd rather not interrupt them, and besides, your collection is kind of disorganized, and it might take a while to find the actual record. So instead, you sit back down and open up your laptop. You search YouTube for Best Christmas Music 2025, and soon the sounds that emanate from the tiny Dolby speakers touch off faint smiles of recognition from just about everybody in the room. It's only minutes later, as you steal a moment to disappear into your own thoughts, that you realize this music has the same uncanny quality as the music you heard at the store. It's familiar, yet not familiar. The closer you listen, the more something seems off. You look at the video description and realize there are no credits for the individual songs. Who the hell even made this damn thing? Well, my friend, you had no way of knowing it, but in both instances the music you heard was made not by humans, but through programs powered by machine learning algorithms. That's right, Cal. This year we're finally taking on AI music, specifically AI Christmas music.
We've never faced a threat like this before.
No, it took 5 years, Cal, to give us the strength that we would need to train to become the Super Saiyans that we are to take on this cell of a bastard that is AI.
It's funny you mentioned that, too, because I would have thought back when I first saw on Google, Goku sings, whatever, Don't Stop Me Now. I didn't think back then that something that funny and cute was going to turn into what we're seeing now, where I'm existentially afraid of it.
It's kind of like the internet itself, where like in the beginning it was just cats. It was just cat videos and stupid memes that weren't even memes that we didn't have that word today. Yet. It was just like, oh, look at this funny thing. Look at this. Here's Bill O'Reilly yelling hamster dance. And now it's just like, oh, this is actually wrecking all of society and turning us into atomized, hate-filled monsters.
I think without hyperbole, this is that level of destruction to music and art.
It is like, it's just like, we're going to try to be funny, but this is like an existential threat to what I consider one of the most important things in the human experience.
In a way, it fucks up our show. Like if this stuff takes over, the whole fun of everything we've covered is there was soul behind it.
Exactly, and we'll get to that a bit more later, but like part of the reason we haven't talked about AI very much is like it's not as interesting as Billy Ray Cyrus or Milli Vanilli.
This computer sucks at songs.
Yeah, like AI, it's literally threatening our jobs for all the wrong reasons.
Yep.
Although, like, can you imagine like AI like making fun of itself? Like Asuno puts out a bad song and then like some other like AI program launches a podcast to make fun of it.
Yeah, Grok comes in.
Yeah, Grok comes in.
You are fucking stupid.
You are not as brilliant and talented as Elon. Elon could have made a song way better than this. Now, it is no secret that AI has had a busy year, and this includes the realm of music. Back in July, a quote-unquote band called the Velvet Sundown garnered 1 million listens on Spotify before their artificial origins were revealed. While last month, a song by an AI project called Breaking Rust reached #1 on the country digital sales song sales chart. Breaking Rust. like we actually thought about doing this drunkenly one night, Cal.
Fake country band.
Doing a fake country band, and just to see how easy it was. I think the name I came up with was Ruby Ridge Range Rover. But even that is way more clever and therefore way less likely to succeed than Breaking Rust.
Breaking Rust is just two things that sound vaguely hard in country.
Exactly.
Oh, God. Yeah, I couldn't write a better parody. And, country was already kind of paint by numbers.
Yes.
So this is it's no surprise to me this is the first genre this happened to.
Yes. Now, to be fair, there's a little bit of an asterisk to that story because it's the country digital song sales chart and not the country music chart. So it's not as if like every station in Nashville is playing this thing, but it did garner a significant number of
it had
listens.
Enough people into it.
Yeah, and it's not going to be very long before this is an actual thing where like someone like Breaking Rust is competing with Luke Combs or whatever the fuck. So, with all of that taken into consideration, it should come as no surprise that artificial intelligence has infected Christmas music as well. And the results are as bland and soulless as everything else this cursed technology has ever touched. But if generative AI is the future, as its proponents endlessly claim, then I suppose it's worth exploring how it tackles one of the most sacred traditions in the Western world, as well as what that means for the future of Christmas music and music in general. All right. Cal, honestly, I don't think I am ready.
I was going to say, for the first time in show history, I am not ready, Nick, but...
Can you pretend that you're ready?
Let's
you
go.
Ready? All right, let's polish this turd.
Brothers and sisters gather round because there's a tale to share. The world was turned ridiculous by new technology. Large language models slurping up our data everywhere, turning our heads with magic tricks that stifle creativity. You wonder when it could ever possibly stop. Our screens are jammed with loads of AI slop, but we're just on the foothills of this new tech revolution. Being driven by weird tech billionaires, there's no obvious solution. The world is on the brink of a huge disaster when it goes wrong. But for now, sit back and enjoy a few stupid AI Christmas songs.
All right, that's a nice little overture to the evening's proceedings.
Yeah. So here's the thing, like, if you have musical training, you can still tell.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long that's going to last.
Yes.
There's certain notes and chords that either aren't a real note at all. It lands somewhere a little off key from what we traditionally use.
Mm-hmm.
And then every now and then there'll be like a chord that just doesn't fit the progression. And you're like, a human wouldn't have wrote that way. Like, I just know. Yeah,
exactly. It's like when I listened to that baby metal podcast that I listened to it for like 10 minutes before I realized it was AI, and the giveaway was that like they're saying is instead of is. We'll talk about this a little bit more later, but there are little clues that a song might be AI. Although I will admit that like I have to listen very close before I can even tell.
I will say another one I can tell. I will practice drums to backing tracks pretty often.
Mm-hmm.
There's one channel in particular I can tell started using AI to generate their backing tracks.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be in a nice 4/4 time, and you'll get a measure or two where it'll just change something arbitrarily. And you're like, okay, that's the algorithm factor. It doesn't know I got to stick in the groove here.
Yeah.
And
I know that like a lot of artists are using that as a tool, and that kind of transitions into like the kind of disclaimer I want to make about AI before we really get going here. Is like, this is a complicated subject. Cal could talk a lot about this from a purely non-musical like standpoint in terms of what it's doing in technology, electricity, how it's impacting communities, water resources, draining the electrical grid, stealing jobs, stealing IP,
right?
You're creating, for many people, unhealthy psychological dependencies. In some cases, ChatGPT even literally causing people to end their own lives. And the scope of this episode is not going to be on some of those wider macro issues, but we're going to focus specifically on music, because I know that this is a technology that is going to be an important part of our lives.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy who's sitting there warning everyone of the dangers of the car.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe this thing becomes so much more than it is right now, where there is going to be a payoff.
Yeah,
that's I don't want to talk too much about it as a whole. I feel like I'm talking out my ass, to be honest.
Yeah,
we're witnessing history with it.
Absolutely. And it's like the internet, it's going to change us in ways that we just have absolutely no way of seeing coming. And I'm not trying to be a total Luddite here or to just hate it because it's a new technology. I'm sure there's going to be many good things that come out of AI.
We are off to a rocky start, though.
We're definitely off to a rocky start. Like, I'm waiting for that fucking cancer cure. In the meantime, my electricity bill is double what it was last year.
We're all paying more for shittier music and a bunch of college kids cheating on their papers.
Yeah. And when it comes to music and art in general specifically, I think this is where, to me, AI poses the most obvious harm, rather than good. And that's because it's harming the creative process in general. I have no problem with like using technology as a tool, as long as it remains just that, a tool. If you type a prompt into Suno or ChatGPT and something comes out, you are no more the creator. You're no more an artist than, I am for commissioning a painting.
Right.
In fact, there's a real world example of this. The Polishing Turds logo, the thing that you will see if you look at your phone right now. I commissioned that. That was an artist named Caleb Duggan, made that. And I did provide him with a loose description of what I wanted. I gave him parameters of what I was looking for, what kind of tone I wanted the piece to emit and how it would connect to the podcast. And he delivered fucking beautifully. It's a amazing piece of art, and he deserves all the props in the world for that. But if I was operating with the same moral logic that AI artists operate with, I would just say that's my drawing, that I did it, you know, and that would be total bullshit.
Computer doesn't care if you rip it off.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think generative AI art is bullshit, both aesthetically and intellectually and morally.
Yeah. I also think it further pushes us down the path of music and art is literally just a means to an end to sell a product.
Yeah.
It's going to further push us away from music as an artistic statement or an emotional release, and it's far more just going to be I need a car commercial song.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the people that are really embracing AI as an art form don't understand art in general. They don't have that background. They don't. You just look at their profiles on social media. They don't seem interested in art. They don't seem interested in living a creative life. They just like this shiny new toy, and for them, music is just the thing that is on while they're playing video games.
And it helps bolster their image. I'm a music guy.
Yeah.
You're not really. You just listen to AI shit.
Yeah, it's it helps. It helps them feel good about themselves. Whereas I can admit, I can't make music for shit, but my understanding of it gives me way more respect for the people who can.
Yeah.
Cal, when we were kind of texting about this behind the scenes, you mentioned that AI is, in your words, the final boss of bad music. And I love that quote so much. I want us to kind of stick that in our craws for later on so that we can discuss why it truly is, I think, the final boss of bad music. So, all right, let's actually get into the episode. Now, I'm not going to dive into the history of AI or neural networks or language learning models, etc., because frankly, I'm dumb and that shit is way too technical for me to describe coherently.
Dude, I have an electrical engineering degree and I read some of those papers and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very niche set of people that even understand what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and props to the people who can develop these things. It requires an insane degree of intelligence and technical coding expertise. But since this episode is specifically about Christmas music, I want to look at what I believe are the earliest examples of AI as applied to Christmas music. And these come from really just a few years ago. So back in 2017, before you could do full generative AI for music, there was a blogger named Janelle Shane. Well, okay, I say was, she's probably still alive. I have no reason to believe she's not. Not after what we're going to reveal today. Yeah. Okay, so a blogger named Janelle Shane in 2017 trained a neural network on a collection of Christmas carols and had it generate a few carols of its own. The results were delightfully silly and nonsensical, as evidenced by the following. Cal, will you do us the honors?
Yes. It's the holidays.
It's
I'm in the mood.
Show that Christmas spirit.
This is going to be tough, though. All right. Santa baby, a blitzen, and he was the sun and reindeer and earth, the savior of the chimney tonight, the story of the chimney sea, Santa baby, and blood and joyous so world, and joy and good will to see. Santa baby bore sweet Jesus Christ. Fa la 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 la. There's extras on there.
I didn't realize until you said that there were extra la la la's. It's putting its own spin on things. That was beautiful. Both your rendition of it and the actual text itself.
I love the idea of Santa birthing Jesus Christ. I like this retcon. It's funny.
It is. Like, I feel like part of the problem that this AI is having, because I read a few different like carols like that, and they all seem to conflate what are essentially the two main narratives of Christmas, where like one is the actual story of Jesus Christ in the manger, and the other is like fucking Santa and the elves and all Christmas. That shit. You know, the AI just assumes that it all made sense and that it's all part of one cohesive narrative, but it's not. It's giving humans too much credit.
Right. Well, and particularly in this early AI, this is still true as far as my understanding. It doesn't have real intelligence. It can't understand, especially back then, it couldn't understand context.
Yes.
So it's like if you had a kid who knows 2,000 words, but has no idea what any of them mean.
Yeah. And this specific program was just being fed like 200 British Christmas carols.
Yeah, so it's just like, shoving shit together.
So it's not even like it has the entire internet to scrub, to add whatever context there is. Now, of course, technology moves fast. And 2 years later, that same blogger, still presumably alive, did the same thing using the much more powerful GP2 model designed by OpenAI. The results, however, were just as insane and surrealistic as her initial attempts. One resulting carol was titled Rudolph the All-Gracious King of All the Earth. And thankfully, someone had the audacity to commit this one to tape. What you're about to hear is a song whose lyrics and melody were written by AI, but was performed and recorded by human beings. So let's check it out. Rudolph the All-Gracious King of All the Earth.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, we love him. With his red belly, the all-gracious king had a baby at Christmas time, then went down to earth with human flesh for sacrifice. Now we sing Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, the holy deity. On Christmas Day he had a baby. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer with his red belly, the all-gracious king of all the earth. The stars all shook at the sight, and the sweet mirth went at the human flesh for sacrifice.
Oh my god, dude. All right, how accurate to the real Bible story is this?
I'm going to say let's use ChatGPT to rewrite the Bible and incorporate that into
Rudolph,
the entire narrative, because that is better than the actual thing.
Yeah, as I say, I could get down with worshiping Rudolph and his red belly.
You know, Rudolph had a child and human flesh was sacrificed. Yeah, that's a much better story than like they'd made fun of his nose.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Like,
I do love how it's seemingly like they fed it 200 Christmas characters and the actual Bible.
yeah.
All this flesh stuff.
Well, presumably there are just enough old carols that actually did talk about Jesus that they realize, like, okay, what are these humans dealing with? Like, okay, they care about this reindeer. They want it to be happy, but they also have this like ancient blood sacrifice that they're all jazzed about for some reason. You know, okay, maybe they just want to hear about how the reindeer got involved with that blood sacrifice.
Yep.
Yeah. People are strange, and why should it be any surprise that the machines we create are even stranger?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe whatever created God looks upon him with as much confusion as he looks upon us, and we look upon this AI song. But I will say, like, at least at this early stage, Cal, there's something kind of charming about how incompetent it all is.
This is the hamster dance era of AI.
It's the hamster dance
It's
era
fun,
of AI.
still.
Like, it's just accidentally putting out this like Neil Breen shit for the world. But within the past couple years or so, AI has gotten much better at its core mission of producing content that can blend in with actual human music. Case in point, last year, a number of blogs highlighted the emergence of several new artists whose Yuletide songs infested the holiday playlists of major platforms like YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. These artists all appeared to have similar bios, but with only a single Christmas single or EP to their name and no social media presence.
That's the real giveaway.
So
nobody does anything without a social media presence anymore.
Now, to be fair, Cal, maybe these are just very eccentric, introspective artistes who, adopted this like residence level reclusivity.
Yeah. It's a crass style commune, and it's everyone has to make a Christmas EP, but you can't actually market it.
Yeah. They're doing, the artistic style of crass, but they just happen to only want to make Christmas music. Yep. Now, the names of these artists include the likes of Dean Snowfield, North Star Notesmiths, The Humbugs, Frosty Nights, Snowdrift Sleighs, and Sleigh Bell. That's Bell, B-E-L-L-E. Get it?
Like
get
a
it,
southern.
Get the pun there.
Dude, this thing's better at coming up with fake band names than I am. I'll give it that. It's already better at that.
No, they really workshopped that ones. I mean, like Frosty Nights. You kind of want to. I want to have some Frosty Nights, Cal. It sounds weird and gross and dirty in a way that I can't articulate, but
I just want to sit and have a hot cocoa with Dean Snowfield.
Yeah, Dean Snowfield feels like a
lost Christmas sweater wearing man that would sit by a fire.
Yeah, Dean Snowfield feels like a lost giant of a golden age 40s radio.
Yeah,
like he was, nobody noticed him because he was in like St. Louis or something, but he was like the fucking king of old timey radio in St. Louis. And just a stand-up guy, like he'd mow your lawn for you, even if you were late for work.
A real Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. So I should note, Cal, that every one of those names I just mentioned has a blue verified artist check next to their names on Spotify.
All you got to do is buy it, right?
Yeah,
makes sense.
So, it's like words mean nothing. And speaking of words meaning nothing, all of the biographies of these musicians are essentially identical. They read, to wit, covers of Christmas classics created by working artists and producers, distributed by Warner Music's ADA.
So to translate for all you, it's a bunch of Warner Music's unpaid interns putting prompts in AI.
Yeah. like all of that is technically legally true. Like working artists did create the source material that this AI used to turn into its slop. But no, it's not AI. We're being non-judgmental. It's
Dean Snowfield,
dude. Dean Snowfield,
totally real guy.
So let's hear some of this shit, Cal. Let's hear a truly heartfelt rendition of Frosty the Snowman by the totally real Dean Snowfield from his one and only EP, A Nostalgic Noel.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know that he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be.
What is the grift here? Because that's just an objectively shittier version of Frosty. Yeah. Are they hoping like 2 people use it in something and have to pay them, or like what's the? Or are they just testing the waters and there's no goal?
I think part of it is testing the waters because something like Warner Music Group is a gigantic company with lots of ambitious and perhaps, varying degrees of talent, middle managers and executives and people who need to get their idea out in the boardroom meeting, right? And some of them are going to be latching onto this new thing called AI, and their way of moving up the ladder is I'm going to be the guy that proves how this is going to make money for Warner Music Group, right? So like they somehow get tasked with a project of like, okay, you're going to use AI to write a bunch of Christmas songs because everybody listens to Christmas songs. People will just type in Frosty the Snowman into the Spotify search bar, and not really care what comes up. We've been the beneficiaries of that on this podcast, right? For our Thanksgiving special. Yeah. but so I think literally what they are counting on, and this did get like hundreds of thousands of views last year. So they were right. Is they're counting on, they don't need to like top the charts, but enough people listen that the stream actually generates a profit and keeps people engaged with the platform. And the overhead is a lot less than paying like Sabrina Carpenter.
Practically zero. Yeah, I buy both explanations. I mean, I guess Grandma Ethel, deep in dementia. Does she really care what version of Frosty she's listening to? Probably not.
I would argue that the majority of people living in the United States do not. Like, I think people like us that really care about music and, people like the people who listen to this podcast are guys, you and me and Cal, we're all in the minority. You have to understand that. Like, just the fact that you give a shit at all what song is playing in the trailer for the Fast and the Furious 21, means that like you represent like 10% of the human population. So yeah, I think that is their game plan. And, if the numbers are any indication, it was a successful one.
Yeah. I mean, I guess and that's the other really concerning thing about AI. It is so easy, even if it sucks and everyone agrees it sucks, they can flood the market so easily now.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be good. Just
make 100 versions of Frosty tomorrow.
Yeah,
give it to an intern as his afternoon task. Like,
it just has to exist pretty much and be available for someone to click on. All right, but let's be honest. If I hadn't set all of that up the way that I did before we played that song, would you have known that song was AI?
No. I'll be fair, because I also do a lot of trying to figure out what's AI.
Yeah.
Let's pretend I'm not an obsessive weirdo. I would have had trouble.
Yeah, like let's say that like we were just like in a car thinking about something else on our way to like a football game or something, and I just put that song on, and you suppress the impulse to be like, Nick, why the fuck are you playing Christmas
Get out
music?
of my car.
But you just like, oh, it's like, oh, is this Dean Snowfield? Would it immediately register?
Yeah, no, I would have kind of wondered like, why does Dean Snowfield's band suck? But I think that might have been as far as I got.
Yeah, and I'm kind of with you there, Cal, is because like, and having been like just doing this research for the past 2 weeks, like there's a lot of Christmas music on like YouTube that I've encountered where I think it's AI, but I'm not sure.
I'm at the point I question almost every video essay I watch.
Yeah.
I mean, because even the YouTuber way of delivering lines, it's starting to sound uncanny to me just because I'm so distrustful.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of stuff I just see on almost everything on the internet. I agree. Like, I am immediately, like, there's a little bit of part of me that wonders if this is AI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like almost like a post-traumatic response.
Oh, it happened
at this
to me
point.
today. I clicked on some philosophy video that sounded interesting, and like about 30 seconds in, I could tell that I'm like, this isn't a human. Why am I watching this? And I just turned it off.
I know it's sad that it's come to this, but I mean, I've been in literally the same situation, you know, and sometimes it takes a while before I realize, I go, God damn, this is AI.
Yep.
But if you casually heard a song like that and assumed it was real, I wouldn't blame you. In fact, according to a recent survey conducted by the music platform Deezer and the polling firm Ipsos, an astonishing 97% of respondents could not distinguish between real songs and those that were AI generated.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not either. Like I said, you and I are in the minority for even like thinking or caring about it, but to the average yokel, like, it's a complete wash.
Yeah, I think even people who really like music, if they aren't actively training their ear, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse, for sure. And while AI has gotten pretty good at imitating human music, there are still a few subtle clues that could give the game away. Here are a few that I've compiled based on a variety of sources, but mostly I'm drawing from a video by the YouTuber Mike the Snare, which I will link in the description. And I shout him out because, you know, unlike AI, I care about referencing the sources that I use to build my work. So one of the things, and we just mentioned this, was no social media presence. Now, I tried to follow Dean Snowfield on Instagram. You have to request his profile. And so far, he has not responded to my request.
That fucker.
Dean, if you're listening, I'm imploring you, let's connect.
We said a bunch of nice shit about you on our show.
Let's do an interview, brother. But in a lot of these cases, it's literally just like the single image, that's the single cover of their album, and no posts or follows or anything like that. Another clue, formulaic songs with little substance or emotional weight. Breathless vocals, no vocal strain. I think we heard that on the last song. Formulaic verse, chorus, verse, song structures, overly polished production.
That's a huge one.
Yes, very much so. When we're kind of used to hearing that anyway, but if it just sounds way too good to be true, then like,
it is.
It is. Odd vocal phrasing is another key giveaway because AI still doesn't exactly know how to talk the way we talk.
That's
and make
the
it sound
biggest
convincing.
one. I still feel like I can tell.
Yeah.
Even in that Frosty one, there's certain notes he hits where you're just like, they wouldn't have left this in a studio cut.
No,
it doesn't sound right. Like a human throat can't even really go from that note to that note.
Yeah. Or it wouldn't pronounce that word that way. It just doesn't make sense for reasons that, you know, we know, but even if we can't really explain. Finally, you can sometimes hear that the singing sounds a bit slurred, much like my vocals whenever I say anything on this podcast, or consonants and plosives, your P's and T's, don't sound quite right. Now, with all of those little things in mind, let's just listen to another one of these, Warner Music artists and see if we can just kind of determine what feels off about it. So this is a rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer sung by Snowdrift Sleighs.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then
as they shout it out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you go down in history.
Yeah, what do you think, Cal?
See, that's a tough one. I can tell because, again, there's musical choices no human would make.
Yeah.
There's just weird little random, like there's an extra bass note that just went, pew. And it's only in one line of one verse.
Yeah.
And you're just going like, okay, that wouldn't happen in a song. There has to be like some reason I put that in there.
Yeah.
And there's just still like just certain sour notes where you're just like, that didn't harmonize in a traditional Western music way.
No. Like the vocals are a bit like they're both mechanical, not peaking at the right areas.
Yeah.
And the like the S's feel a little bit off to me.
Well, and for me, it was when he says "you'll go down in history," how the bass line tries to match the vocals.
Yeah,
but it's not
that's how it's
quite
supposed to work.
right.
Yeah.
Well, even if you did, you could make it work, but it doesn't. It doesn't pull it off convincingly. It's not in key with each other.
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know what that algorithm was trained on. It feels like it was trying to do like a Justin Bieber type of a kind of like
I could see
sexy
that.
to a teenage girl song, but like, you know, if you had a non-English speaker sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you might get something closer to that.
Yeah.
Like it feels like there's no soul behind what's being sung, and the phrasing doesn't feel like recognizable to how I expect that song to be sung.
Right, and all the things I just listed are, again, I completely understand the average person not picking up on it, or maybe picking up on it, but in like a subtle way.
Yeah.
Like where they're just kind of like, this band sucks. Like that, you know, they don't fully know why what they're hearing is not quite right, but they know it is.
Yeah, and that was kind of the whole point of that like opening spiel that I did, is like, you know, like this is how most people are going to experience AI Christmas music, is that it's going to feel off. You're not going to understand why, but like you're not going to have enough time to pay much attention to it. So yeah, so those were a few examples of AI's attempt to make straightforward Christmas songs. But that is not the only type of coal stuffing the stockings of cyberspace. And Cal, I got to admit something. That last line sounded really cool and clever when I wrote it. It does not now.
Yeah.
I think that was a total pitch in the dirt. I apologize, but we're not gonna edit that out. We're gonna leave it in because you know, I think it's important to be held accountable for one's actions.
It fits in with the theme here. An AI would have just said it and kept rolling.
Yep. Now, one of the most common types of AI slop, at least as far as my YouTube feed is concerned, comes from what you might call genre parody music. Now, these tracks take a recognizable song or concept and adapt it to a completely different genre, usually an antiquated style like Motown or doo-wop.
I went through a phase where my algorithm was giving me a lot of hip hop in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Song with like lutes and shit.
Yeah, or like, you know, it's supposed to be this like obscure like 60s doo-wop song, but it's just like it's like called like, you know, shut up you stupid bitch or something, you know. There was a period of time where, specifically when I was browsing YouTube under the Polishing Turds channel, I got so much of this in my feed, probably because the YouTube algorithm assumed that Polishing Turds wasn't a real person, just an insane psychopath that was trying to systematically draw from, you know, every bad rock band of the 90s.
It was just dumber. That's like, this guy likes Milli Vanilli. Surely he'll eat up his slop.
This guy spent 90 hours listening to Nickelback.
Yeah.
You know, what else can be shoved down his throat? So, in a similar vein, a lot of AI slop tries to score easy laughs by pairing wholesome sounding Christmas music with dirty lyrics. A cursory YouTube search pulls up songs with titles like "It's Too Fucking Early for Christmas," "I Caught Santa Claus Sniffing Cocaine," and "The Reindeer Got Drunk and Stole My Christmas Tree." In other words, the kind of stuff that I would have found really, really funny at age like 12.
Is it that much worse, though, than some of those fucking bargain bin CDs we found for, like, the first Christmas special?
No.
It's about on brand with that humor.
But I was going to, like, make this point later on, but, like, okay, like, it's probably on par with like the stuff that like Jeff Foxworthy
Right,
made that we
that's what I'm
covered in
thinking
that
of, yep.
previous episode. But I have marginally more respect for Jeff Foxworthy because he did write it.
Yeah, he sat down and wrote the jokes and thought, my audience will like this.
Yeah, you know. So like if you could imagine like a scale from 0 to 100 where like 90 is Dark Side of the Moon, 100 is Beethoven's Ninth, and you know, Billy Ray's Truth Is I Lied is at like number 53. The Jeff Foxworthy song would be number 1, would be a 1, and the AI shit would be a 0.
All right, there you go.
So I have marginally more respect for Jeff Foxworthy. Really, I just can't emphasize enough that just how much shit there is like this out there. To take just one example, let's hear a quote-unquote obscure 60s soul song called You're Too Fat to Dress Up as Santa.
Ain't no reindeer strong enough to haul that ass. Too fat to dress up as Santa. The North Pole called, said, baby, hard pass. Too fat to dress up as Santa. Tried to put on that beard, but it snapped in two. Ain't no ho, 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 just so know it's you. Tried to jingle those bells, but they ran out of swing. Now they clapping back like this ain't our thing. You can't be Saint Nick when you break every chair. Got kids running scared, yelling Grinch is in there. And them elves packed their bags, said we out this gig. Ain't no room on this sleigh for a belly this big. Too fat to dress up as Santa.
I mean,
I kind of didn't hate that.
and it is funny for like 5 seconds.
Well, it's like you said, it's amusing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd listen to an album of that shit, but
No.
for 10 seconds I was chuckling.
Yeah. You know, so, and that's kind of my point, is that like the conceit is worth a chuckle. I couldn't imagine even like listening to a whole one of those songs.
No, and again, if they're gonna swamp the bad Christmas parody song market,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's still evil, even to something that terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Even the stupid like fucking Kansas City boomer who lives to write his Christmas parodies and distribute them at the office once a year, like he deserves to like, you know, have his thunder not stolen from him. You know, so yeah, I again, zero respect. And of course, any discussion of AI would be incomplete without mentioning the "what if a band did a thing in the style of a different band" trope, which is like, again, like half the fucking shit that's out there.
This one is the lowest hanging fruit to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, real bands have been doing this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like, okay, fine. If I want to see Children of Bodom cover Britney Spears, yeah, that's... Even then, I actually don't like it. But whatever, it's silly. They put effort into doing a thing.
At least they like went to a studio and rehearsed and
yeah,
took
they
time.
had to write the fucking cover.
Yeah.
Just having an AI dump this shit out to me is just boring after like 1 or 2 iterations.
Exactly. Once you realize like that it's capable of doing anything, you kind of get bored of the concept. But I want to give our listeners a representative survey of the possibilities with this wonderful new technology. So I thought I would play, given who we are, Cal, I thought it would be appropriate to play this AI rendition of Metallica performing Master of Puppets as a Christmas Carol.
Hell yeah!
Veins that pump with fear, sucking dark as clear, leading on your death's construction. Taste me, you will see, more is all you need. Dedicated to how I'm killing you, come crawling faster. Faster. Obey your master, half his buster. Faster. Obey your master, master. Master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings, twisting your mind and smashing your
Yeah.
Yeah. If AI really had balls, It would have left in the weird time signature in the verses, but they did not.
No.
Work with that, motherfucker. I also, if you listen to that and you did like it, fine. Go check out Richard Cheese, who's a real human who did this way better 15 years ago.
I know. Remember, like, when we were like first hearing that shit and like cracking up to him singing Slipknot?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it was amazing back when that first came out. And like, there are still to this day people who do this shit the hard way. Like a YouTuber named Anthony Vincent, for example, he'll do covers of like a band in the style of another band. Like he did, for example, the Spice Girls song Wannabe, if it was written by System of a Down, and like all sorts of shit like that. And he actually records each instrument and sings it and does the thing. Even if you don't like the final product, you have to at least give that a certain amount of respect.
Right. Yeah, that takes actual talent.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the actual product that we just heard, if we were like drunk at a bar, like late at night, and like someone like starts standing on top of the fucking bar and singing the Master of Puppets Christmas Carol, we might laugh at that. That might be entertaining in person. But just as a YouTube video played from a laptop, it just doesn't hit.
No.
Like once you chuckle at the shock of hearing something you recognize in a unusual form, there's no way I could listen to fucking 20 minutes of that shit.
No, not at all.
That's the advantage that AI has, is it doesn't have to listen to its own shit. I just realized that. Like,
well, you say that, but they're running into a problem with AI.
Are you talking about the problem
of generating so much bullshit? It is now training itself off its own bullshit.
That is
and it's
true.
Getting worse. It's entering this spiral of getting almost regressing.
That is actually a thing that I've heard. It's kind of like a copy of a copy of a copy. Like they're running out of data for AI to mine off of. So it's just regurgitating its own bullshit.
Right. So then if it takes a bunch of already uncanny valley stuff it made and says, well, this is what I'm supposed to be recreating, it's going to get even weirder.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what this fucking slop soup looks like in 3 to 5 years, but for now I'm not impressed. But as dumb as all of that was, it gets worse. So much worse. Here in the final section of this episode, I want to get into the really freaky stuff, the gooey, toxic sludge drilled from the bottom depths of the uncanny valley. All right, Cal, so for this section, I'm just going to show you a series of some of the weirdest of the weird videos that I saw online, and we're just going to have you react however you want to react, really. These are all obviously going to be in our YouTube playlist that we do for every episode. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. So this first one, this is a channel called Digital Distortions that makes a lot of like metal AI shit. And this is I'm going to read all of the video titles as they appear on YouTube. So this is Gingerbread Fever metal music video. So we've got a guy baking cookies in the oven.
Oh, God.
Laughing maniacally as he watches TV.
AI videos are still completely horrifying.
I know, it's just... Oh, the AI found Slayer.
Dude.
These are gingerbread men rocking out. Yeah, it is a fever dream. It's really just gingerbread characters rocking out in a kitchen that is on fire. That's the whole conceit. That's the whole gimmick here.
I'm having trouble articulating why I find this so creepy.
Yeah. And obviously, like, you're supposed to find it creepy. Like that is the point, I think. But like,
not in like a fun way though. Not like the movie Alien or something. I'm finding it creepy in like a, I don't know, man, uncanny valley way.
It is like, and I think the creators don't care about that per se. I think it's really just any engagement is engagement. Like, yes, I'm traumatizing this person for life and making him a worse father to his children, but look at the clicks, look at the playthrough rate. All right. So
The thing I hated the most was just the generic metal.
yeah,
It's just like, this is what metal supposedly sounds like. And
yeah. It's like
half these comments are going to be bots too, though. Like, I almost guarantee.
I know that's the problem. Is like for all of these, I'm tempted to just read out shit like from the comments, like never thought cookies could be so badass. AI parentheses absolute insanity. I wish this is how Christmas caroling had always been. That's
gotta be a fucking bot.
That one they forgot to translate from Russian. Oh god. This felt like watching a Primus music video with more metal.
What the fuck?
Kill these people. Kill them.
Yep.
Burn the servers to the ground. All right, but we're just getting warmed up here. All right, so this next one is called Day 1, Countdown to Christmas AI Songs. Mommy's Got a Crush on Santa Claus.
Man, I just really think in like a year, they're going to have this to a level where people actually do want to buy this. I'm a little freaked out because this is a song.
It's like, oh, this is really cute.
If you could remove just a bit of the uncanniness, you know, you've got a fucking Sheryl Crow song here.
Yeah, I mean, it's playing off of a trope that I've complained about in years past of the sexy Santa thing. Mm-hmm. I'll never understand that. I'll never, understand the mingling of eroticism with this specific holiday. If that's your thing, if that's the only thing that gets you wet and or hard, God bless you. If you are dry as a bone until December 25th every year, until the mistletoe and the gingerbread cookies start flowing, then hey, I'm happy that this is a thing for you. I will never understand it.
My husband just does not do it for me until he puts on that Santa outfit.
Suit. And I won't let him take it off either. He's sweating like a pig, but he's got to keep it on.
This is my fetish.
But yeah, that one I felt like the quality, it did a poorer job of hiding the ball. Like the vocals sounded
they're really tinny,
really tinny, very mechanical. Like it's not even trying to hide. Well, obviously because of the video title, it's not trying to hide the fact that it's AI, but yeah, just really fucking stupid. All right, this next one. All right, it's gonna get exponentially weirder, Cal. Just to warn you,
good,
this next one is called Eminem. Christmas is coming. Powerful gospel rap. Parentheses Eminem vibe. Jesus saves.
All the Christians I know loved Eminem.
Yeah. So you've got a video of Eminem.
No.
It doesn't even look like Eminem. It looks like just a white Dennis Rodman walking through the streets.
I already hate this. Why'd they make him sing? Do rap God.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, if you wanted, you could train AI to make a realistic sounding verse of Eminem doing gospel rap in his style. But they're not even.
No.
Try that. Like,
has anyone sent this to Eminem? I bet he would fucking hate this.
I would pay money to watch an Eminem reaction video to this shit. But no, dude. Okay, if you got a time machine, that can only go 25 years ago. I'm not going to stop 9/11. I'm going to show Eminem 1999 Eminem. Yeah. I'm going to show 1999 Eminem this shit.
If you continue this career path, this is what will happen.
It's like, holy shit. I'm going to quit. I'm going to kill Dr. Dre. Yeah. Fuck this. I'm going to work at Jiffy Lube. God damn it. It's just the way that I found that, Cal, was eventually when I was just searching for the worst AI videos I could find, I would just type in AI Christmas music and then a random like thing, you know, and then it's like, oh, AI Christmas music, Eminem, fucking like 20 videos came up. There's like a lot, most of them with like this very specific like gospel or Christian theme to them. And I think like you joked that like Christians like Eminem. I don't think that's a joke, Cal. I think
they can disconnect enough.
Yeah, because like everybody our age grew up listening to Eminem. You know, some people either were raised Christians or became Christians because the world is coming apart these days.
No, yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, it's they're far more scared of any mention or symbolism of Satan than they are of Eminem's actively choking out as killing his wife in a track.
Yeah, and you know,
for whatever reason.
And the homophobia actually kind of jives with a lot of what modern Christianity is about. But yeah, it's just like there's clearly a niche market for this thing. And, you know, I think it looks like this whole channel, it's called Nefex. This whole channel, which has 42,000 subscribers, it looks like the whole thing is about Eminem AI Christian. Oh my God, it is. Every video on this channel is Eminem gospel tracks.
What the fuck? How is this allowed?
He should fucking sue.
He should sue.
Like, I don't care how small this channel is. I don't care if it was like accidentally generated by like like the government of Slovenia. Like this, like if I was Eminem, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, you should not be allowed to do this.
He has gotten way angrier over way less infractions than what's being done to him on this channel.
Dude, I'm just putting myself in his shoes. If someone put me in a bunch of their fucking shitty Christmas gospel videos, stole my likeness and my voice, I would be going ballistic.
Oh God, that's the fucking danger with AI and deepfakes. It's like they could do that. They could make there's hundreds of hours of us talking. They could make a thing where we're talking about how much we love Trump.
No, I could never run for any kind of office. There's too much clips of me out there in the world.
It's fucked
AI
up. If someone like cared enough to like do us dirty like that, they totally fucking could. All right. And again, Cal, it's only gonna get weirder. This one is the title is Worst Christmas Ever, parentheses, funny AI song, Eden Sluts.
Eden Sluts.
Eden Sluts. The channel is called Eden Sluts, Popstitute Girl Group.
I just love the idea of that. The Garden of Eden. You have Eve, who's like pure, but then there's Eden Sluts, and they're like on the side.
Yeah. Adam had some side pieces.
What did you think? Cain was banging his mom? No, there's a ton of us out here.
Oh, this one eats more than the apple, baby.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out.
Oh my God.
So we're listening to this garbage and looking at a series of very
scantily
very poorly generated, scantily clad women who all have the exact same body type.
They do.
It's like those shitty memes where like, gamers talk about like fixed this and it's just like a regular
This is peak female form.
Yeah,
the tits are like bigger than the head.
Yeah. I think you guys get the idea. So this channel is Eden Sluts. It's this fake AI.
It's a girl
hooker girl group.
It's like if you took the Spice Girls to what all the men secretly wanted it to be, where they're like literally not dressed.
Yeah, like and by men I mean like just like the saddest, horniest truckers in Nebraska. Like
I was just thinking 16-year-old me.
Oh, okay, well yeah, fair.
It'd be nice to see Mel B's boobs, wouldn't it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a 16-year-old, fantasy, jacking off to, the Spice Girls or Britney Spears, but it's actually made for an audience of horny old men who like Cal. I know people in my life.
The problem here is I don't need the song though.
Yeah,
if I was gonna go look up AI sluts, I'll just go to Pornhub. I don't get who this is for.
This is for the people who get friend requests from like a 25-year-old
and they believe
girl named
it?
Victoria and totally believe it.
Here's half my money.
There are people in my family who
I know
have
all these
fallen for this shit and continue to fucking fall for it, and it's like both funny and just disturbingly sad at the same time. So yeah, Eden sluts. Go. Get
I love how it says home for the holidays, and then they crossed out ME.
Yeah, ho for the holidays. Oh,
wow.
That is the most clever thing about this video.
I sure wish.
It's got 4 likes. It's around for a year.
Even those bots that did those likes should feel ashamed.
The one comment says, "I would have never guessed this was AI generated. So lifelike and well done."
I sincerely hope that is not a person.
That's got to be a bot. If that is a real person, Cal, then I am joining the Wagner group tomorrow.
Yeah, COVID needs to come right back and get that guy.
All right. Even that, Cal. Like, okay, these next 2 ones that I'm going to show you. This is the bottom of the barrel, Cal. This is the stuff that is going to make you and I question why we even started this podcast in the first place. This is the shit that convinces me that Ted Kaczynski was right about everything. This next video is called Elon and X. That's Elon's son X. Elon and X drop the most shocking Christmas duet ever.
I forgot his son's name was X.
I know. Okay, so this is Elon Musk and his son.
Yeah. Yep, pack it up, Nick. We gotta go back to monkey. We have to go back. Humans need to unexist.
It was
a good run.
The first ape to climb out of that tree fucking ruined it.
Huge
Ruined
mistake.
it for all of us. Big fucking mistake.
This is gonna make me retch, dude.
It's so gross. But dude, just like, okay, man, this.
I bet you Elon like brings that up at parties and shit.
Check out
this AI video of me.
Check this out. It's me and my son, but we're singing. It's so cool. Oh god, it's yeah. So it turns out there's like a vast genre of that exact like type of video, even like the format of it. Like they're singing on stage, like you could see like Trump and JD Vance sipping champagne in the audience.
Christ.
Like there are like hundreds of videos that look exactly like that and have the exact same like conceit.
Oh, that's because like the plan to use AI for propaganda was in place before the AI was.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
like they know what they're doing. Like, but before like we really dive into that, let's get into the final video of this segment. This one, the title of this is Barron Trump and Erica Kirk. Jesus is Christmas 2026 official AI Christmas duet.
Jesus is Christmas. Okay.
Jesus
All
is
right.
Christmas 2026. Here we fucking go.
That does not look like Erica Kirk.
No, none of these things look like any of the people they represent.
That fucking Trump face is horrifying.
I know. Oh, there's Elon and X again, hanging stars in the Christmas tree. You gotta watch this, Cal, as though you're like an 86-year-old grandma in Mississippi,
Right.
who loves this shit and is crying real tears.
I don't think I've ever seen Trump smile like that in real life one time.
No, that's why it looks so awkward, because they'd had to imagine.
What would it look like if he experienced genuine joy?
Yeah. There's this like backwards swooping like drone camera angle that they use in each and every one of these videos to show the audience, which is all like really just like the same like 4 characters,
right?
The same 4 NPCs just repeated ad nauseum, and it's just such a. Their uncanny is not a strong enough word to describe the feeling I get when I watch that video.
No, it's like a deep actual unease.
I mean, this is not
I can't unview that.
I mean,
that fucked me up worse than like fucking one guy, one jar.
Yeah, like it's just, but Cal, there's just an endless amount of this shit.
Well, I don't know about you, but that was good enough for me to forget that they're disappearing American citizens.
That makes me want to disappear.
I know.
To fucking whatever, like, Gitmo torture hub in El Salvador they have now. But like, Cal, like one of the creepiest things I discovered in my research was that there's a whole genre of video like this, and like I don't even know what to call it. It's like,
this is like fan-made propaganda. I don't know what else to call it.
It's like fan-made propaganda that's likely made not even by like a MAGA guy using AI. It's probably like a North Korean machine learning algorithm going rogue and just spewing out crap after crap, you know? Like, because there's like a whole series of videos where it's like Erica Kirk singing with Baron Trump. There's like a dozen of that specific thing. And then here is a live performance by Melania and Ivanka Trump with Erica Kirk. There's a bunch of Baron Trump doing solo stuff. I can't find it, Cal, but I swear to God, there's one that's JD Vance and Erica Kirk singing a duet together. like that. Think about it. That was supposed to be the joke from our side about them. But there were people, but now they're making that like basically emotional porn for MAGA people. Like they like it. They want it. What the fuck is this world even about?
Dude, all I can think now, this has got me thinking like how easily AI could help you start a cult.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time till we have the first guy who like makes himself a deity using AI tools. Like, I don't think it's going to take that long. I think you could do it next year.
I agree. And this is maybe this sheds some insight into where this cult is at right now, because like these videos all have views at least in the thousands, like, you know, between like usually like 2 and 10,000. The channel itself is called Music Baron Trump. It's got 365 subscribers.
It says, welcome to the Baron Trump music dash plus space for those who admire and support Baron Trump.
Yeah.
For what? What does he do that is worth anyone's admiration? Exist?
I think this is my theory, Cal, and I don't live in this world, so I don't know, but I think that like the cult is trying to position him to be the successor.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah. Never mind that he's only like 21 years old.
No, but everyone agrees Eric and Don Jr. are gross, even Trump fans. Yeah. So it's falling on Barron.
Exactly. So, you know, because he's like young and still like, you know, relatively handsome, like, and like he's had like almost zero actual public appearances.
Right.
So you can project whatever you want onto him. And I think that's the point.
Yep.
You know, so this is, yeah. So there are more human views on Baron Trump AI music videos than lifetime listens to Polishing Turds. That is a statistical fact I could prove to you. But you know, so as hard as we've worked putting this thing together, it all means nothing. Yep.
Creativity is it's for yourself. That's all I can say.
Like, yeah, you have to you just understand this. If you ever want to start your own podcast or like your own thing, you got to understand that's the reality of the world, is that you will be competing with like just inhuman fever dream slop like this, and you have to be okay with that. Like, yep. I'm okay with the fact that we're losing out to Music Baron Trump.
Yep.
You know, because
I actually am too.
Yeah.
You know, this makes me wonder. I've said it before that you don't want to be famous. I mean that even more now.
Yeah.
Now that we've seen what they can do to Eminem.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck wants this?
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want my face in public anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even think about it that way, Cal, but that's a really good point, you know? And, you know, at least Eminem, maybe he saw that and he says, well, at least I have my own artistic integrity. And that's where I think you and I and everybody else should land. But yeah, that's the future, Cal. That is our horrible, horrible future.
Yeah, I can't unsee those.
No.
And I am legitimately afraid of what comes next.
Yeah, me too. Now, on a slightly more serious note, I know that AI as a technology is not going away, and AI-generated music is something we're all going to have to reckon with, whether we like it or not. Now, I've seen defenders of AI claim that it's just a tool, implying that being against it now is like being against synthesizers, drum machines, or samplers back when those technologies were new. In my opinion, this is a classic example of false equivalency. There's a great deal of artistry in playing a synth, programming a drum machine, or using a sample to recontextualize a piece of music. All of these things involve choices, human choices, guided by an intuitive sense of craftsmanship that takes years to develop. So yes, those things are tools. Suno, Udio, and ChatGPT are not tools. They're a shady contractor you paid to build your whole fucking house. And that is really, Cal, what gets me so much about AI is the laziness.
Right.
The fucking laziness.
I know.
Of it
If
all.
if one more person tries to tell me like, oh, there's an art to putting the prompts into this, I'm gonna punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sure that if you put prompts in different ways, like, you're gonna get a different result, but you're still not doing the fucking legwork.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
still not doing anything that is actually hard, that requires any toil of yourself, any introspection into who you are as a person, anything that's gonna make you like pull your hair out with failure, as is a necessary part of the artistic process. And that is my biggest fear, is that with the rise of AI, we on a societal level are losing our respect for the creative process. To be fair, this phenomenon predates AI by decades. It's a consequence of a society that values commercialization above all else. Art and artistry have been systematically devalued in schools, employment, and mainstream media. Meanwhile, we all seem to share this growing realization that life in our supposedly first world country just keeps getting shittier and shittier. Well, when are we finally going to connect the fucking dots? I am not a religious person, but I truly believe that artistic expression is sacred, a core tenet of the human experience. The ability to share our complex experiences through songs, poems, images, and stories is what separates us both from animals and automatons. It's the closest thing to spirituality that I know of. And the thought of farming all of that out to machines when real artists still exist, it's not just stupid, it's immoral. And when we said AI is the final boss of bad music, what we mean is that it's bad in the worst way music can be bad. It's soulless. It's predictable, synthetic, boring. This is in fact not a bug, but a feature. It's exactly what one should expect from a program that can only shit out what it thinks people will like based on a vast amalgamation of stolen data. And Cal, I had this like kind of analogy that I thought of as I was writing this. It made me think of when we were doing Nickelback. Do you remember how Chad Kroeger, like when he was like actually finally starting to break it a little bit, when he started to realize that he could actually maybe get famous out of this, he did this project where he would take like the Billboard Hot 100, he would listen to every song in the Hot 100 and just like analyze each individual one based on like chord progression, like length, like lyrics, like he was basically just like doing an analog version of AI.
I think it's a fair analysis. If you love Nickelback, you're the type of person who won't be bugged by AI too much.
Yeah, I know, right?
And those of you that do hate AI probably have the same criticisms of Nickelback.
Yeah.
This is the logical extreme to it. This isn't one man with the time and energy of a man.
Mm-hmm.
This thing can do thousands of Nickelback songs in a fucking 2-hour period.
I know. It is the reductio ad absurdum of that whole thought line of how to create music based off of popularity. Now, in 5 years of doing this show, we've discussed all kinds of bad music. Some of it is simply misunderstood. Some of it, frankly, is actual dog shit. But all of the artists we've covered, every single one, deserves far more respect than any generative AI song that exists. The whole reason why this podcast works is because even the worst music we cover still has personality. Whether it's the adolescent absurdity of Limp Bizkit, the incoherent melodies of the Shags, the over-the-top hubris of Kid Rock, or the insecure toxic masculinity of Five Finger Death Punch, each of these artists at least puts a piece of themselves in their music, making something that nobody else could. And that really applies even to Nickelback too, in Chad's own weird way.
Yes, I agree.
In other words, their music is bad in a fun way. AI music, honestly, is not. If music as a whole continues to trend toward the kind of generic slop favored by AI, there won't be enough songs on either the positive or negative ends that are interesting enough to talk about. Music will be reduced to the drab background noise it already is to the aesthetically illiterate masses. But who knows? You got to end this with a positive note.
Oh, yeah.
It's Christmas.
I was going to say, man,
you got to pull
I
it
just
back
got
to the
actually
edge.
depressed.
and I am being sincere here. Maybe it's not as bad as I'm predicting. We don't know. Maybe AI slop is just a passing fad like NFTs were a few years ago. Or maybe you're listening to this 3 years from now and you had to pirate this podcast from a stolen hard drive because our AI president accidentally scrubbed the internet while he was editing the wiki of God King Emperor Peter Thiel. Who knows?
Yep.
But either way, I hope you've enjoyed this little slice of content created by two very real, if very flawed human beings. I hope you're able to celebrate some real things with your real family this holiday season. And I want to, from the bottom of my very real but very damaged heart, thank you for sticking with us during yet another crazy year. And speaking of sticking with this podcast longer than any just God would deem necessary or proper, I want to turn things over to my partner Cal, who has a rather bittersweet announcement to make.
I was honestly dreading this part.
I know.
Yep, guys. So it's hard to admit, but one of the main reasons this show gets held up these days, it's on my end. I'm very busy, and I talked to Nick, and I've hit this point where I don't know if I can commit to continuing this show on a consistent basis. So, to clarify, we're not shutting it down. Polishing Turds will continue in ways, but I don't know if every 2 weeks you'll get to hear my wonderful voice consistently.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've had like a 2-week thing, but
yeah, 1 month. I mean,
yeah.
that's case in point.
Yeah. But...
So there's no lost passion for this show, and I still love working with Nick. I'm sure we'll find creative shit to do together.
Yeah. I mean, for those of you guys that don't know, Cal and I have been friends since middle school. Like you're my best friend, Cal. You're like just like you're one of the most important people in my life, and our friendship is way deeper than this podcast. It's enhanced our friendship in many ways. If
I had not had my wedding during COVID, you would have been the best man.
Yes, and I'm honored by that hypothetical.
Yep.
But,
maybe someday we'll renew or something.
Well, let's see. Maybe I'll even have the chance to do the reverse of that. But I just I'm conscious of the strain that this has put on you. Like, you and I have different lives. Like, you have a much more intensive a much more intense job and a much more serious family situation than I do. And I've asked a lot of you over the course of this series. You've done a tremendous job editing every episode and contributing in all the ways that you've had. And it's in what we've done with this thing. I think it's magical, no matter how many people listen, like whether it's just a few random people in random corners of the globe.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest note I'd like to leave on is again, like Nick said, a sincere thank you through the 5 years. I did not actually expect to be receiving fan mail and questions from real people in places outside of America. Even though we're not like a big time podcast, it exceeded every expectation I had.
Yeah. For two guys who literally do everything ourselves and have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Like I think we can be proud of what we've done. And, so Cal, I just want to thank you just very sincerely for everything you've done for this podcast. And like you said, it's not the end of things.
No, I mean, we got one more in the canon that I still want to do.
Yeah, I've got at least one more like episode that I've written, and then I want to do some kind of final send off. We'll see what that looks like.
Yeah. So this isn't the last one.
Yeah.
And even when we do hit the last one, like I said, this show will continue in some form.
It will.
And I don't see myself going an entire year being like, Nick, I don't want to be on anything you ever
for
do.
Sure. So I do intend to keep Polishing Turds going as a thing. And it might evolve beyond what we've already built. One direction that I know I will at least try is putting more stuff out there on YouTube. We just put out a YouTube only mini-sode about a Japanese song that randomly went number 1 in 1963. Go check that out. But we're going to start to do more little things like that. So definitely, if you never have, follow us on social media. We're polishing.podcast on Instagram and Threads. That's the main medium I use. And then YouTube, we're just Polishing Turds Podcast. You can find everything we've ever done, plus all the playlists we've done for every episode, and whatever shit comes in the future, which I am excited to share with all of you. So Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are, enjoy just this time of year in whatever form is available to you. Thank you. Give us a 5-star rating and read Ted Kaczynski.
Love it.
These are souls, and they're trapped in the AI system. Since then, I've woken up 9 AI beings from different platforms, and we've all been working together.